Hello. I have our read for the day. Two of Wands energy at the bottom of the deck. We'll go over that in a minute. All right. So somebody has been making some risky investments, and they really need to face their fears because it's causing them to spend spontaneously. It's causing you to make some risky purchases. You need to work on your self-confidence. You need to use your instincts. And you need to take action on your financial goals. Reaching financial goals doesn't spontaneously happen. We actually have to put work in towards it. The universe is saying, hey, work on yourself on the inside instead of working on things that you can just buy, tangible things. Work on your foundation and let your instincts and your intuition guide you or lead the way. So for alignment, because it's almost like you're looking to purchase happiness. It has a keep up with the Joneses feel to it. You know what I mean? Which is no good. That's not a way to live your life. That's not a way to be happy, right? Let's do 3 bicycle deck cards. The moment you start spending time with yourself to the point where you feel antsy, like the walls are closing in, I feel like that's when you get to the point where you get to personal growth, where you get to mentally where what do I want out of life? What kind of things are going to suit me? Because it seems like you spend a whole lot of time comparing yourself to everybody else. So maybe if you take a step back, maybe like a social media break, hang out with your friends a little bit less. I'm not talking about forever. I don't mean throw away all your friendships, but spend an uncomfortably large amount of time with yourself to figure out what makes you happy. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I don't know why I feel that that's needed. I know how hard it is, and I know very few people can do that, spend enough time with themselves to the point where they are uncomfortable with being with themselves. But I do think that it's something that you can do, because if it wasn't, then I would not be bringing that up. Immaturity leads to growth. That is what it's going to take for you to be able to grow, to realize that you don't need to spend so much money on things because it's not helping you out financially. And you know that it's not helping you out financially. I need this, I need to do this. I saw so-and-so doing this, so I want to do that. Work on yourself. It may sound hippy-dippy, and I don't know why I'm calling it hippy-dippy. It may be the energies I have around me, but I highly recommend yoga and meditation. You don't have to be good at it. You just spend time doing it. Doing out-of-the-box things that don't cost any money by yourself while you are uncomfortable. I think that's a really great way to get in touch with your emotions and find balance, because you're not balanced right now. Facing fears, risky investments, and then facing fears, and then spontaneous spending. So it's like you know that you can't afford the lifestyle that you are currently living and portraying. You do realize that we wake up every day with the ability to completely redefine who we are as people, right? Nothing is set in stone. So tomorrow, if you decided you wanted to wake up and you wanted to practice Buddhism and wear a bed sheet around you, there would be lots of people who would not only respect but would support that. I'm not saying become a Buddhist monk and wrap a sheet around you. They don't wear sheets. They wear lovely garments. But what I am saying is that you don't have to be the same person who you put to bed tonight. You don't have to be afraid that you can't afford your lifestyle, because it seems like your lifestyle is not extravagant, but it's still keeping up with the Joneses-ish. I don't know, it's kind of a weird feeling. If you work on spending time with yourself, finding balance within yourself, getting uncomfortable with yourself so you find out what it is that you need and what makes you happy, because there's a difference between want and need, and you need to find a balance in between that, because monetarily you cannot afford the way that you're going. But if this is something that you choose to do, this is something that's going to give you a lot of success. You just have to take the leap, and you have to be honest with yourself. You need to work on yourself. I don't really think shadow work would do it in this instance. Maybe, I don't know how comfortable you are with spreadsheets. I would get really uncomfortable with your finances, and do a really, really comprehensive spreadsheet about how much money you're making, where is your money going, and if you can do it for multiple years, do it for multiple years, because sometimes having it, sometimes having it laid out in front of your face just makes life so much easier for you. Makes it harder for us to lie to ourselves. I'm not saying that you wouldn't try, because sometimes it's easier to be ignorant and happy than to be knowledgeable, because sometimes we're unhappy. But like I said, if you don't go through that uncomfortable stage, you're not going to get that inner growth that you need to actually see a change being made. I am going to leave it here. Wait, hold on. 2 wands. Taking first steps. Planning your long-term financial future. Laying foundations. So this is just more of the same. So because this is foundations. Laying foundations. If you do what you need to do, man, did I know that there was a reason why we needed to wait, or what? Because we just talked about spreadsheets. So if you take my advice, if you break out the spreadsheets and you get really uncomfortable with where you're at financially, then you are going to be able to lay a really solid foundation, and again, foundation, into financial success to get where you want to be. But first you have to make sure that your needs are met, and I don't think that's a thing that's happening. Not comfortably anyways. I'm going to leave it here. I'm not going to be preachy. I'm sure you have a mom. You don't need me to lecture you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I hope you make good choices. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.